Dom kuma wo mbrahye bedwafie no obo demand answers from the land minister Abakofi Bua ombe kire de enti a Galamsey eda sokoso. Let's go to 2016 when Galamsey started becoming its peak. Illegal mining, it has always been with us, but it wasn't at its peak to say ende. 2016 and Galamsey rising at its peak, the Chinese trooped into Ghana and they started this whole thing. But first of all, why would a ton assassin ma China hateful? At the end of the day, no more saying soon. I say assassin ya to because ya jiska. What say assassin we do kai wouldn't say in sworn or say. So all these things started. Now ya journey because Rawlings time it was there. Kufuor time it was there. Atabo's time it was there. Mohammed's time it was there. Later part of Mohammed's government and no end the Galamsey bar at its peak. Mohammed made sure or started say deporting the Chinese who were involved in illegal mining. Fast forward 2016, Mohammed after he deported these people and the MPP and they introduced something called community mining. Community mining and they time a whole as I said to say village and the Akonta mines are a chairman wood media. Akonta mines by what did they do? Akonta mines started destroying our water bodies and nobody was able to talk about it all because a chairman wood me who is a big wit. Yakoka ket Jefufa catcher is a party yesika into Galamsey or Bobaye. Akonta mines is so was sent Ghana. Idris, what did you say about it? Minority Ediana Mukafano. What could have stopped a Kufuor from doing and I said bringing initiatives to stop Galamsey? Before we be about the Boss TV, me din Rahina na aha the political arena talk show. Said the Boss TV ye gia gwase ya na ya manyo sem e na eba ka ho asem. Politics. E dey e na ekoso e wo brahye bedwafie. E dey e na ekoso e wo the Flagstaff House. E dey e na ekoso e wo the energy sector, the land commission, defense. E dey e na ekoso ye education. E dey e na ekoso wo ho. What nsem bi? Want ase we are here to educate you. The Boss TV, they say Mbebulu is our priority. And Mbebulu now they are upcoming and they are willing to help good governance. We are ready for them. We are ready to move with them. We are ready to explain things to them. It's what you are saying. Bina want to say, aha, and I had it. It didn't come on the bed. Now I'm always saying this. Youth, let development be your priority. Let generations be your priority. Member and them parliamentarian be brahye bedwani bi executive bi kakra obema odi akoto fufu edi kakra obema odi akoto jollof edi embese without you. There are people who are ready to give you money today. Obema pocket money and them wodi. Now what about the future? What about generations to come? Why one? Why home? Ebusia, sometimes we don't wait for somebody to come from somewhere and then tell you what to do. Bisa questions. Ask them the necessary questions. Bisa obo say negotiation me no call ye. O ka hye me say me to ababawa obe bre me 1 2 wo de aba na. Se wan fa ba e de enti na se wan ya answer ma wa na wo kokromoti wo de atoatia no. Na wo de obi fu Friday aba. Na se obi fu Friday wo de be ban oba. Obe hu say asibesi o shebo wanye asibesi o ka so be say wanye enti ma ba yi die e wo se me ye nya saa. Coming elections means we have to atiame. We yes, and that's you are trying to fact check them. If you say, I am a new seeker, and I show me, new seeker, and I had the mom what was soon be a new seeker, and I in Sua yato, Adriana yato, I just say, tax I am my papa no a cheer with Joe, and the Esheso, and the Chiobo, and the Jaka, as I will say, Moon Fanko Fan put to uncommon best wasso, who uses ask away, and Fan put to uncommon constituency. It is so man but it is questionable. So man fast had their number, very questionable. Don't be quiet. Men find so me there be politics, Dabi. So what to about? You are do politics. What to about a politician? Forget about this big name anymore. We say, they are the so-called known politicians. They are the known politicians or at its high stick. But they will have to be involved in the conversation. You and I have to be involved in the conversation. You and I have to question them and direct them. What to about Mobi? What to about my president? And was that and my voice? Do not swallow your voice. Ben child tackle my tongue. Voice out. Say, try to make your voice strong. United we stand. Let's make our voice strong and tell the executives that we pay you, so you need to do things to suit us, not your political gain and not your personal gains. Say ye di na ese me dem nye politics me dem nkasa e bia mo be. So ebusuafo, that is not how things are supposed to be. We have to be involved in the politics. Politics again talk. Politics is not about violence. Politics is not about pulling a gun. It's not about self-betrayal. Politics politics and negotiation. So ebusuafo, let's all be involved. Now ebusua, and asema ye beka ho asem. Ana nyoma ye beka ho asem na doso. Na ye di kan afa ye kɔ brahye bedwafie. Akɔfa nyoma ba ko mienu bi wo hɔ, and it's concerning Galamsey a ɛkɔ I say yensu a wo ban we. Na brahye bedwafie dom kumafo no makasa na de na moka. De na land minister eka. Ebusuafo, that is where we are going to go. So the caption they say minority demand answers from the Ministry of Lands on Galamsey crisis. They say dom kuma wo brahye bedwafie no. Oba frɛ na say obo demand answers from the land minister Amakofi Boa Kofi Boa. Obo demand say obeyi nsɛm bia no ana say obe kyerɛ de enti a Galamsey ɛda sokoso. Na wo kɔ nsɛm no mu a wo say the minority caucus in parliament is demanding that the Minister for Land and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Kofi Amaboa, appears before the House to provide a comprehensive briefing on the government's ongoing efforts to combat illegal mining, commonly known as Galamsey. The caucus argues that the Galamsey menace has worsened significantly, causing extensive environmental degradation, polluting vital water bodies, and destroying farmland nationwide. They warn that the contamination of crops should pose serious health risks to consumers. Speaking on behalf of the minority, Deputy Minority Whip Habib Idrisu stressed the urgency of the situation and called for immediate parliamentary action. And I quote, there is a need for us to schedule the Minister for Land and Resources to brief us on Galamsey fights, Idrisu stated. First of all, the minority in parliament, they have no moral right to talk about Galamsey. They have no moral right to talk about Galamsey. I'm not saying you watching me, myself, anybody shouldn't talk, but the minority today, they have no moral right. And do you know why? We were in this country. Let's go to 2016 when Galamsey started becoming its peak. 2016 Galamsey, yeah, not just, you see, Galamsey and I said mining, illegal mining, it has always been with us. But it wasn't at its peak to say. We were trying everything possible to stop it. But now it wasn't at its peak in Tiama. Concentration I had answered down. 2016, and the Galamsey rising at its peak. The Chinese trooped into Ghana and they started this whole thing. But first of all, why would a tongue assassin China for? A himful. A kroma. A mene why assassin, your farmland, you see a pesica cacantino. There, the other day, ya got on at the China for the Ajiska at the end of the day. No more says you. I say assassin I trauma because ya Jiska. What say assassin we educate would say in sworn at the horn or say. So all these things started. Now actually because Rollins time it was there, Kufuor time it was there, Atabo's time it was there, Mohammed's time it was there. So at the latter part of Mohammed's government, and no end the Galamsey bar at its peak. So what did Mohammed did? Mohammed made sure or started say deporting the Chinese who were involved in illegal mining. The Chinese who were involved in illegal mining, Mohammed was deporting them back. Because your job will have man, put me quite watching a busiapay 7 ton assassin. Obeka chose assassin on one idea to the other bed and found. Forget to say busiapay the ton assassin. Ye horror is our assassin a whoop, a cogu is sua deeper endo. The cogu we have been an abeja to honor, a quadabit milk acquired atom. We have several cases and quada, penny for crampo, Galamsey. Pete and I say Galamsey, I've been a body. So this thing at 2015-16 at its peak, Mahama started deporting who were guilty. And then Mahama ended up exporting and I saw and they say sacking and I said deporting 5,000 Chinese men, 5,000 Chinese who were involved in illegal mining. Fast forward 2016, Mahama after he deported these people, And Kawasaji, I could not also deport more. Ka would have known baby a woo, but Mama free a baby, and the MPP Bechi. MPP Bechi, and they introduced something called community mining. Community mining and a time a whole as a city village, and the Akonta mines are a chairman wood media. Akonta mines by what did they do? Akonta mines started destroying our water bodies. And nobody was able to talk about it all because a chairman would be who is a big wit. Yakoka Kate for catcher as a party, Yesika, into Galamsey or Rubaye. Idris, were you know in this country? What did you say about that? When Galamsey reached its peak, Akonta mining on no just as Nevian, or no such chance as a rent, and the other miners, and the other Galamseyers, and Mabu Yusu, the Budisika, the Kakra, and the Edia Breno. Akonta mines in Sua was Sen Wagana. Idris, what did you say about it? Minority, Ediana Mukafango. Sometimes don't make it look as if, say, the Galamsey fight, nobody is on it. We had our young people. What could have stopped a Kufuado from doing and I said bringing initiatives to stop Galamsey? Yeah, we had Anna Aisha Wang, Sebukai Aisha Wang. Aisha Wang was thoroughly involved in Galamsey. You people were shielding Aisha Wang. You people in court were shielding Aisha Wang. And now Idris, by then you were part of the MPP. The MPP are now more shielding Aisha Wang. They were letting the lady run away from prosecution. Now we need Kroma. You were not in this country, eh? That is why I say you have no moral rights to talk about Galamsey now. Yewaha and the young Ghanaians started protests. They were protesting. Look at Democracy Hub. They were protesting. Said the president should call, and I said the president should make sure he bring an initiative to end Galamsey earliest. You people, your government, your government as a dead MPP are buying police for when we were questioning you, the minority, by then your simple majority in parliament, you know, catch there, say, Brantiano, Baba Wana, which you all in the name of protest, no way are for. Anna Idris, no one Nikroma. Chia Quachi Abrawa. Eko tubo akwada 7 years kura akwada wu obi ana wonyem. Even there was one man I was saying or no crapon, he's not part of the protest or the bra and the yare or the hospital and obe boom what did you shame said the bra so it doesn't you fabo. Today what are you saying? Today what is the minority talking about? What moral rights do the minority have in parliament to be talking about Galamsey? Kubi. What moral rights do you have in parliament to be talking about Galamsey? Because you people have spoiled the water bodies. Time we were handing over the water bodies of Ghana to you. Now and then it's you. But now 8 years. 4 years, and so started to say, when Ghanaians raised concern about MPP big with Kate Jemfua, when the report about Galamsey came, they mentioned you people. Professor Frimpong Boateng, the Galamsey report. Who did they mention? The the president, Gabi Ocheredako. You mentioned big wits of MPP. Were you Idris not in this Ghana? Were you not in parliament? Why is it that by then, and another by then, your child Tekrama? So you couldn't advocate to call in the minister for lands? When they mention the Kufa, the man called BBC, you know, Al Jazeera, a report here, and the Kufa saw no Al Jazeera airport. And already, Professor Frimpong Boateng Galamsey report on one Kayana. Go and then pick it, and you know the people who sport your water bodies. What it? Kwanako father kind of parliament. Then tell us when you, Idrisu, when the minority became an advocate for stop Galamsey. When the young ones were protesting against Galamsey, you in parliament were telling the police to arrest them, telling the police, the military to detain them. And now today you are saying what? When Chairman Woodby was arrested, which the issue of Galamsey spoiling water bodies was involved, were you not part of Kasongo who went and sat at the premises of Yoko, say you're releasing? So that is a what they want to be here. So you don't have the moral right to say I am from Boga. You can't tell anybody what to do when you did worse in your time. When Hanabisi or Babesia is going around and then arresting Chinese, picking up excavators, what are you saying about it? Even she said that the excavators, which was less under the care of police, now here, so they should question the police. You people are there turning everything upside down, misquoting her. You, the minority in parliament, will say you are not ready to let the Mahama administration succeed. So why then should we listen to you? Why then should we listen to you? You people should let us still go. You have no moral right to talk about anything in parliament, to criticize any minister. Because in your time, all your ministerial positions, all the ministry, there was corruption and nobody was ready to talk about it. So if today a government have changed and they are putting in measures, madam, bra, yedi nothing na hoboso so na wajiwa kotua. Bosume so na wajiwa kotua kotena fie. Do not come and disturb parliament. When I say whatever is going in parliament, won't you ask here? The laptop ne coffee. And do parliamentary proceedings now because we crap on year of parliament. Without the whole of you MPP, your 88 coming to parliament, parliament can still go. What you say? Ama Kofibua is working to restore our water bodies for us. Don't sit in parliament and then don't interfere in government because you people, you are a shame, you are a failure. What say your mind? And what are you trying to say? We should fight Galamsey overnight. We should fight Galamsey overnight. And let's talk about business. Ghanaians, we are ready to support a good governance to send Ghana into the promised land. And we shall for the political arena talk show. The boss TV, meeting and the Rahina. You to know, we have to rise. Don't let Obi and Botai and Babo in this one. And my country say ABC. We want the entisa. It was here. It said, "Me brena na yakoso." Na oti ye net was saying. Wajinchire fatu comment section ase. Ma yehu wajinchire. Na ma ye na yen kasa. Yen peje mu na yen kasa na aban no. Enti e voice fi se me ne wo. E na e ma na adwuma so wonye. Enti se wanya, we have to question them. E wo share for makrawo.